along on Baylor. Langston Love is not going to play. And Love out with a hip contusion. So the fourth member of that group will not play tonight for Scott Drew's team. Thamba tips it to Bridges, and Baylor controls this as Flagler.
This is a guard-oriented, beat-you-off-the-dribble offense.
One of the things about these three guards, Flagler, Cryer, and then this guy, Keontae George, is they can all get their own offense. They can all get it off the dribble. Shot clock under 10. Flagler, right side. Brooks got it, wide open.
I'll tell you, Jalen Bridges, John, we saw him early in the year, a major slump behind the arc. That has changed dramatically in the last 3 weeks.
Jalen Bridges knocking down that three. Cryer, Flagler, George, Jalen Bridges, the West Virginia transfer, and Flo Thamba. And a good feed inside. They get the foul on Thamba as Mitchell, the freshman, will go to the line.
John, we talked about Marcus Carr, but Timmy Allen is equally as important. And right now, you saw Rodney Terry go to Tim early, and he finds the freshman Mitchell.
Dylan Mitchell, shooting 2.
Mitchell, big-time recruit, a top 5 recruit in the entire country, and a guy last time out against Tennessee was held to just a single point. His playing time has been diminished, even though he's been starting still.
Yeah, he's a tremendous athlete. The skill level still has to catch up to that athleticism. He works hard. They don't run a lot of plays for him.
Ball ends up with Flagler just getting started. John Sciambi, Fred Priscilla, Chris Budd, Big 12 basketball. George off the glass. And a fight for the loose ball, and then a kick up ahead. And a foul. And down hard goes Timmy Allen. And there is Texas interim head coach Rodney Terry. He was named the acting head coach December 12th, and then interim head coach on January 5th. A guy with plenty of head coaching experience, stops like UTEP, Fresno State.
Yes, and also plenty of experience here in Austin. 9 years as the assistant to his mentor, Rick Barnes, who he just ran into, probably unfortunately, on Saturday night at Tennessee. But
yeah, they're coming off a loss at Tennessee. That's a really good Tennessee team.
No question. As good a defense as there is in the country, and a Final Four contender.
Timmy Allen here knocks down the first free throw, the Utah transfer. And we're tied up 3 apiece.
All right, John, you mentioned the dribble. This backcourt, 50% of their shots from the perimeter come off the dribble, so they really know how to create for themselves.
Hunter on Flagler, catch and shoot, and that will go for L.J. Cryer.
He has been red hot as of lately, shooting over 40% from 3.
Allen was able to find the freshman Mitchell. Jalen Bridges gives off to George as they move the basketball. They trap Flagler, but he gets out of it, and now Cryer. Shot clock under 10. Cryer, good bounce pass to Thamba, but it was blocked. Dessou with the block. And then the jumper missed. Carr collects. And no call. Wow. Bridges scoops it home.
A lot of contact on the play in the other end, but they played on.
Rodney Terry letting Mike Roberts know it. Veteran officiating crew John Higgins, Ron Gruber, Mike Roberts. Allen going to work, spins, and brings it home.
That's critical. You know what you're going to get from Marcus Carr, but Timmy Allen has to have the ball early in games.
Fred, last year Texas team with all the transfers offensively at times, they could really get bogged down.
They could, no question. 2 good ball handlers in Hunter and Carr. Timmy Allen is a you-do-it-all scorer.
George splits the defense left hand, but could not finish. Gorgeous move, just couldn't convert. Carr hesitation, and then the contact, and this time they get the foul on Baylor. Carr hit the deck hard.
Well, I mentioned this to you, John. Watch this drive now, right here. Thomba's sliding, but I talked to Porter Moser, the coach at Oklahoma, last week, and I said, you've been in the league a year now. What stands out? He said, you have to be physical, not just on defense, but on offense. You must attack the defender's body in this league. Good example right there.
The freshman Josh Ojonwuna checks in the game. Thomba's got 2 early fouls. And we're not even 4 minutes into the game. Carr going to work. Gets a piece of the paint. Kicks out. Hunter. And Allen collects the loose ball. Baseline jumper.
That dribble in.
Ojonwuna in close, and he couldn't hit the layup.
Needed to dunk it. Better dunk it tonight. Nothing easy at the rim either way.
Big 12, very physical league. Texas coming off a physical game at Tennessee for sure. To the corner, Hunter. And Dylan Mitchell charged with the foul. Breaking the action. Baylor on the road, leads it by 1. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball.
Coach, he called up his old mentor in Rick Barnes, who we saw this weekend, and Barnes' advice to him was, you have to make subtle changes. You can't just go in and make sweeping changes, because then they're going to think that they've been doing things wrong the entire time. So you have to find the line. You can't irritate them, but you have to coach them, and that's a very hard line to toe.
That's a great mentor in Rick Barnes, and he's mentored a lot of terrific coaches.
George feeds inside Ojonwuna as Cryer flips it up, but it wouldn't fall.
Loose ball.
And then possession arrow belongs to Texas.
John, you know in this league, if the day ends in Y, we're going to have a street fight. But both coaches today at their shoot-arounds, they simply said, you know their offense, you know their defense, you must play harder than these guys tonight. And we take that for granted in the league every night in the Big 12. But I think tonight especially, this is a huge game for both teams.
Good hands there as Bridges able to deflect that out of bounds. 8-7 Baylor, 15:25 to go here in the first half from the brand new Moody Center.
It's a good idea right here by Tyrese Hunter, because the 10-second clock was still in effect due to the defensive deflection. Smart play.
Allen looking opposite, backing down, gets into the paint, kicks out Carr. Last year, Marcus Carr shot 34% from 3. This year, it's 40%. As the Bears tried to get up ahead, couldn't convert. Texas the other way, and Ojonwuna intercepts the attempted lob.
Baylor has missed some easy ones and probably some poor decisions. That is way out. Tough shot. Wow. Yep.
Hunter hesitates, high off the glass. Cryer. George the pull-up, can't hit. Baylor's gone over 3 minutes without a field goal. All right, Tuesday, catch an ACC SEC doubleheader on ESPN. 7 o'clock, Wake and Duke. Then at 9, Kentucky and Ole Miss. Also on Tuesday, don't forget, top 10 matchup, Big 12 rivals. Number 7, K-State. Number 8, Kansas. It's on E+. Men's college basketball Tuesday, 7 and 9 on ESPN.
Yep, you got some of the best freshmen in the country tomorrow night playing.
And that knocked down as Cryer drills a 3.
LJ got off to a slow start this season, but pretty much when he's open, it looks like it's always going in.
Brock Cunningham with the basketball into the game and knocks it down.
He is no longer a hustle guy. He's now making shots.
Feed inside. and they get the foul as Caleb Lohner was cutting to the basket, tried for the two-handed stuff, and he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Two guys really important for Baylor tonight. Dale Bonner, number 3 in the game in the backcourt, and Caleb Lohner with Flo Thamba with 2 fouls. The BYU transfer out of Flower Mound, Texas is going to get a lot of time. Both of those guys will see time tonight.
Now what about Bonner's? Lohner, the BYU transfer, but Dale Bonner's played 6 minutes in the last 5 games. Is it hard to ask him to do a ton in a game like this?
No, because he played a lot of minutes early in the year, John. The reason he's not played as much lately is with Langston Love finally healthy after a year's worth of ACL recovery. Scott Drew needs to get him minutes going down the stretch of the season.
And now Love not healthy enough to play tonight because of the hip contusion. And so he is out, and getting a look at Bonner here tonight. Tied into a dozen apiece, Jabari Rice. And now Carr's pull up. Cunningham, there he is on the offensive glass. And they'll set it back up.
Good help by Bonner. He's an excellent defensive player.
Shot clock winding down. Rice jumping into Lohner, gets it back, flips it up and in.
I like it. Good no call. Rice jumped into the defender, but he was quick enough to pick the ball up and go to the rim.
Full house here at the brand new Moody Center. Shot clock under 10. Lohner. And an air ball. Timmy Allen. Crowd loving it. Longhorns with the lead.
Shot selection at one end has not been good. And for Texas in transition here, much better at getting set in the half court than Baylor has done getting back. I think it's a bad start early for Baylor, and those 2 fouls on Thamba have thrown them, to me, out of rhythm a little bit.
Here's Allen, 67% from the line. Not able to hit. 16-12 as we close in on 12 and a half to go. Baylor, the Bears just 1 for their last 8 from the floor. Flagler make it 1 for 9 and a foul inside on Texas.
Adam Flagler coming off the worst game of his career against Arkansas, 1 for 11. And Baylor still managed to pull out a very close victory thanks to the heroics of the freshman Keontae George and L.J. Cryer.
Cryer had 20. Keontae George had 24 in the win over Arkansas. You know, Rodney Terry was straightforward. He said, we're going to have to defend tonight. I mean, this is a Baylor team that presents a challenge, stopping their guards. And they knew it.
No question. They can score. All 3.
George lost the handle. Hunter lays it in.
Great start defensively for Texas. A sloppy start by Baylor.
Largest lead of the game. And an answer there for Adam Flagler.
That was no play, John. That was a player. No X and O's there.
Hunter with the bigger Lohner on him. And now the handoff, Arterio Morris. Morris jump stop and buries it. One of the 2 freshmen that Texas playing a lot along with Dylan Mitchell. Keontae George. And they get the foul on Texas. Longhorns leading it by 5.
Well, Tyrese Hunter, he's an excellent defender. This time he turns the defense into offense.
Knee surgeries, Fran, it's pretty incredible. He has warmed up with the team each of the last 3 games, including tonight.
That's right.
And it would seem like his return will be coming sometime fairly soon.
Yep, it's all up to him, according to the trainer, Dave Snyder, the coaching staff. But we've watched him practice, and he is looking good. It's going to be all up to John when he returns.
Cryer off the glass and good. And a final thought on Chama Chacho. It's pretty incredible. I mean, it'd be one thing to be going this fast with just an ACL, but remember, there was nerve damage.
Yes.
And again, there was some question about how mobile he would actually be.
No, there's no question. He's such a great young man. I talked to him earlier today. I once said to him, hey, JTT, and he didn't like it. And I said, why not? And he said, my name is Chama Chachua. And in my culture, we're very proud of our last name. So how about Everyday John? I said, I'll take that. And so a tremendous, tremendous young guy, well respected throughout this league.
Yeah, very proud. And a smile that could light up a room. Texas by 5. We close in on 10 to go first half. Good hands there by Tyrese Hunter.
And for Texas, Marcus guard Christian Bishop.
Guys, Scott Drew that last time out telling his team, not only are we taking bad shots, but when we do, we're just standing there and allowing them to go the other way and not playing any sorts of defense. You got to get back. They have 5 buckets in a row. I need you guys to amp up on defense instead of just standing around.
And then the other part, Chris, is that Baylor is well known as a brilliant offensive rebounding team. They've got 2 here tonight, but that's been a thread. Usually top 10 in offensive rebound efficiency. That's been one of the things Scott Drew's teams have always done well.
Yep, no question about it. And they've had some guys through the years that could attack the glass. This is a smaller team. Thamba back with 2. And he comes up with a steal right there.
Bridges probing, looking. George will launch. In and out. And now Rice up to Hunter. Jonathan Chama Chachua was one of their great offensive rebounders the past couple of years.
Oh, man. Think of the guys that have been through here. Corey Jefferson, Quincy Acey.
Gathers, Vital.
Yep.
Inside, good look as they found Bishop, and he draws the contact.
Now, so much of this early is the intensity of Texas. But I'm just going to tell you, John, watching Baylor the way we do, they don't have a pep in their step right now. Cuts to the basket like that.
Brandy, you always have pep in your step.
If you got me courtside, you got pep in my step.
A reminder coming up on ESPN's NBA Wednesday doubleheader. It's Nets and Celtics to begin 7:30 Eastern, and then the Hawks and the Suns at 10 Eastern. Coverage starts with NBA Countdown, 7 Eastern, ESPN and the ESPN app. Pep in your step, and the knee is bouncing with Fran Fraschilla. Believe it. Texas has done an outstanding job at this end of the court. Thamba inside left hand, and he gets it to go.
Nice finish by Big Flo. 50-year senior. You know, when he played on this, not on this court, but in Austin as a freshman, he was going up against guys like Jackson Hayes, Jericho Sims in the NBA. 5 years later, he's the winningest Baylor Bear of all time.
Hunter gets it to go.
That's a guy, quite frankly, John, he's been disappointing. Tyrese Hunter, for this team to be a team that makes a deep run, has got to play better than he has over the last month.
Yeah, just at a basic level, Carr is the only guy on Texas averaging over 11 points a game. Cryer with the hesitation, couldn't finish, out of bounds. And it belongs to Baylor.
Let's go back and watch Flo Thamba, the 5th-year senior. 117 wins, good finish at the rim. And then Tyrese Hunter, this is important. Watch the kick out right here. He worked on his shooting all summer. It's been fits and starts. They need him to play well. What the official is saying is he didn't have possession.
And then a foul on the floor. And they get that on Marcus Carr, says John Higgins.
Rodney Terry still talking with Mike Roberts, and I think he accepts the explanation. And Mike said, even when you throw it in the backcourt, you touch it and don't have possession, it's not over the back.
So Marcus Carr's picked up 2. He will sit. Arterio Morris will check in, the freshman. Baylor down by 7. Number 10 hosting number 11 here in the Big 12. Pomba looking for some help. Gets it to George. And the freshman step back.
Tough shots. I know
really tough shot.
Yeah, he can make those at times. But not what Scott Drew wants right now.
Texas leading it 26-19.
And Texas is playing with more energy.
7-point lead. How about Texas? Scott Drew's team's been in a stretch where they've been playing good basketball, but Texas, they've hit 6 of their last 7 shots.
Baylor 3 for 15 inside the arc, including some missed layups early.
There's Bishop, the Creighton transfer. Tomba's lucky he didn't pick up foul number 3 there.
Well, I think Rodney Terry went at Tomba for that reason. With Bishop out of the timeout, but there's nothing doing.
Bridges wide open. Cunningham the rebound, and here come the Horns.
This is one of those games that if I were Rodney Terry, I would tell this team to run all night.
Allen off the glass. And 2 more for Timmy Allen. He's got 8.
Timmy Allen, man, he gets that ball in the mid-range. He's hard to guard. And they got to play through him more and more as the season goes on.
O.J. Cryer here. He's averaged 21 in the last 2 games. He can fill it up. Bonner. Flagler. Got it.
I think what you're seeing right now is it's going to be 2s versus 3s. Right now, Texas making more shots inside than Baylor has outside, but they're dangerous.
I was told there'd be no math, Franny.
It's called arithmetic, John. We're not even overfloating your brain. Or mine.
Hunter not able to answer. And then a foul down to the baseline as Bonner hit the deck. And they get Christian Bishop with that foul, and that's his 2nd.
And for Texas, Dylan Dessou for Christian Bishop.
Look at these 2 teams. Neither team has a loss outside of the net top 25. Every loss these teams have had up to teams that are going to be on the 4 line, the 3 line, and the 5 line of the NCAA tournament in March.
Bonner straight on. Bridges rebounds. Flagler. Tip wouldn't fall, out of bounds, and it stays with Baylor. You mentioned all those quad 1 wins. The most in D1. Kansas has 8th and Baylor with 7. That's in terms of in the Big 12. Iowa State and Texas each with 6.
That's amazing. And every time you play a Big 12 game this year, you got a chance for another quad 1 win.
Well, when we came on the air, we talked about the fact that when you look at the latest rankings, there are 6 Big 12 teams in the top 15. Baseline jumper will go for Cryer.
It's not the best league of all time, John, but it's as competitive a league as we've seen in 10 years. I'll tell you the best league of all time when we get a dead ball, because I was in it.
Cryer steps back.
Tough shot. Good challenge by Mitchell.
Rebound pulled down by Dessou.
Their use of the dribble can get them better shots than that.
Hunter hesitated, hangs, and then a tip there by Dylan Dessou.
The Vandy transfer, remember, he came off a serious knee injury last year after leaving Vandy, but he's getting his spring back. Good example right there.
You're talking about a guy that led the SEC in rebounding at Vanderbilt, Dylan Dessou. Bridges Gets inside and flips it up and in.
Nicely done. Really nice job by Jalen Bridges. He has improved dramatically the last month.
Out of bounds. Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Dylan Dessou right here, right? Take a look. Young man who grew up about 20 minutes north in Pflugerville. And, you know, you ask yourself, why wasn't he recruited? Like Shaka Smart was the coach here. Think of all the big guys that were here. Jackson Hayes, Jericho Sims, Kai Jones, Will Baker, the local kid, now at Nevada, was a McDonald's All-American. But he's come home.
Well, John Wood hands off Flagler. With hesitation. You know, John Wood able to get that one to fall.
That young man's ahead of some of the great ones that have played here. John Wood. He's going to play in the NBA someday. Not right now, not for a few years. He doesn't need to reach in right there. No need for that.
Texas leading by 2. Their largest lead was 9. Fran, there's a dead ball. What's the greatest league of all time?
Big Ten, 1988-89, 27 NBA players. The Final Four, Illinois, Michigan. Michigan wins it all. And you can argue some Big East years, too. No question. The 80s, 2011 Big East with 11 teams in the tournament. But that 88-89 Big Ten is as good as it's ever been.
Bonner with the steal. Bonner going at Hunter. And that one paddled off the stanchion as Bonner gets fouled. Good one here in Austin. 2-point game. Longhorns lead it. ESPN it for Scott Drew. Picked to finish last, and they're 7th right now. The conference coming off winning 7 of 10 against the SEC.
I think he is the national coach of the year right now. They're in Lawrence. They're watching this game. They'll play KU tomorrow night. What Jerome Tang has done is almost a miracle, John.
I'll be there tomorrow night. ESPN Plus, Big 12 now. We're hopping on Chris Budden's private plane and making our way to Allen Fieldhouse.
Rodney Darien that last time out telling his team we have to make a better commitment to finishing possessions on defense. We'll do well for a couple seconds and then we start getting lackluster. He said win this final 4 minutes on defense, not offense.
Bucket there for Timmy Allen as he puts it in. And Texas extends the lead back to 3.
Great recognition. Timmy Allen had the mismatch, Bonner on him, and they were very patient until they could find a way to go high-low there. Excellent execution by the Hornets.
Shot clock under 10. Cryer finds Bonner.
Not his game.
And tracking it down is Jabari Rice. Rice coming off that big game against Tennessee. There's the steal. Bonner up ahead and throws it down.
That's his game. Excellent defender, Dale Bonner. No D1 offers coming out of Cleveland. He went to Fairmont State. And by the way, recruited by Joe Mazzulla, the head coach now of the Boston Celtics.
But Joe Mazzulla had a good career at West Virginia.
Far back with 2 fouls, John.
Allen gets a piece of the paint and puts it in.
That's where he operates. That's his real estate.
He's got a dozen now to Timmy Allen. He averages just a shade under 11 a game.
If I were Rodney Terry right now, I would kind of play like in and out with Carr. If he's on defense, get him out. On a dead ball, if he's on offense, leave him in. Glad he's back in with 2. He didn't foul out his best player in the first half.
Flagler.
Platoon is the word I was looking for. Couldn't come up with that.
Back to the thesaurus, Franny. Inside, and they get a John Wood with the foul as Jabari Rice went hard at the basket.
New Mexico State transfer Jabari Rice, arguably one of the 2 best 6 men in the league. No argument there. That was
I'm right across the nose.
You do that in Manhattan, you get, you know, 2 to 5. It's a hard foul. The self-awareness of freshmen, or the lack thereof.
Yes.
I didn't foul him.
No. Folks, ESPN Saturday is packed full of men's college basketball. Number 8, Kansas. Number 13, Iowa State. Then you got Auburn and Tennessee. Then at 4, number 1, Purdue in action against number 21, Indiana. At night, Florida and Kentucky. The Sonic blockbuster between UNC and Duke begins with College Game Day at 6. And then the game at 6:30 on ESPN and the ESPN app. Busy Saturday.
Duke's coming off a blowout win. Those freshmen are starting to gel. Filipowski, as good a freshman as there is in the country. Right there with Brandon Miller, Keontae George.
Pryor with Tyrese Hunter on him. George pulls up, and even though he was contested, he got that to go.
He's a tough shot maker, to your point. And he is never afraid of the big moments.
Rice can't hit. Brock Cunningham the rebound. And now Rice inside. Ball fake. And he's able to get Ojanwuna in the air. Basket will not count.
He has the best shot fake in college basketball. He got 2 on this play. Watch. Watch the kick out. Watch how high the ball comes up. Whoop. And then by the one defender. Whoop. And that's the 3rd, I believe, on the big freshman.
Yep. Thomble with 2.
They're searching the clock right here.
John Higgins over there. We're going to put some more time on the clock. John Higgins has been busy lately. Real quick, how about John Higgins? Tuesday at Rutgers, Wednesday at San Diego, in Corvallis on Thursday. I mean, he slacked and he was off on Friday, but then at Stanford Saturday, had a 12:15 tip on Sunday at Purdue, and he's here tonight. Go get him, John.
You know, the old question for coaches is, do you want a veteran official, a Final Four official? He is one of the best.
Yeah.
Do you want him on your game when he's traveled all week, or do you want a young guy who's not used to this environment? And I always side with the veteran official.
Right.
They take care of themselves. Now, there'll be hate tweets all over the place about this guy. But when you're coaching, you want John Higgins on your game because he really doesn't care who wins. And I'm not saying other officials do, John, but human nature is such that he does not get caught up in the environment he's officiating. Doesn't get them all right. Never does.
Neither do we.
Neither do we. Neither do these kids who missed the free throws.
George, step back, 3.
Big time. Yep. He put on a show on Saturday against Arkansas.
Really good freshman.
Yep.
Keontae George. Timeout, Texas. It's a 2-point game. 30-second timeout. We'll take it with him.
Embraced being a college freshman, and he's gotten better since I saw him in the fall and in the summer.
Projected as a lottery pick
Yep.
right now. We'll see how it plays out. There are over 30 NBA scouts here. And he's a large part of the reason. All right, so here we go. That's our quick bet. About 13 seconds different between shot clock and game clock. Carr handling. Rice going to work. Offensive foul. Loner.
Yep.
Got knocked over and charged that to Jabari Rice.
Jabari Rice started to think about drive right there, top of the key. And so Loner just has to kind of get set, take the contact. Loner looked like he was sliding a little bit. You know what? He was moving. I'm not sure he was legal on that, but Jabari Rice, to my point, everybody in the gym knew he was going to drive it at the top of the key.
Baylor holding for the last shot of the half here at the brand new Moody Center in Austin, Texas. 2-point game. Keontae George with the freshman Arterio Morris on it. George, that shot contested, toss up ahead, and that is the way the first half comes to a close. 38-36, the Longhorns at home, and they lead it by 2. Let's send it over to Chris Button off that win against Arkansas. Remember, they started 0-3 in the conference. They have won 6 in a row, 5 in conference, and then the one against Arkansas on Saturday. So they've been playing good ball.
Yep. And in the Arkansas game, they made one of their last 18 to end the first half, and they gutted that one out. Scott Drew would not like to win that way tonight, but he'll take it if he has to.
Bamba inside and puts it home. And Timmy Allen, or I should say Dylan DeSue, down. And he is shaken up.
Really in green jersey.
Yeah, Flo Thamba goes 6'10", 250,
and the last remaining starter, because Adam Flagler was the 6th man on the 21 national championship team. Little pressure here by Baylor. They like to do this with Bridges on the ball, but it's token pressure. Got a guard on Allen and Flagler. Let's see if Timmy can go to work inside. They got to clear some space.
Thamba wanders over. Allen. Shot clock under 10. Carr. Marcus Carr. Oh my goodness. Dylan Mitchell, the follow and the flush. Look out. Wow. Texas by a couple. Carr with the takeaway. Chris Budden talked to us in our open about Marcus Carr, the work he did on his body in the offseason, dropped about 20 pounds. Hunter. And that's a big 3, and all of a sudden the lead is back to 5 for Texas.
Good ball movement that time. DeSue with the extra pass.
Shot blocked.
Nice pass.
Good look inside, and DeSue will go to the line.
3 terrific plays by the freshman, Dylan Mitchell. And this started it right here. Watch the athleticism. He goes to the ceiling. And a young man who got off to a quick start in this game kind of went into hiding for the rest of the half. Doesn't get a lot of shots, John. I think they could play through him more or put him on the what we call the dunker spot on the baseline. But he disappears some, but you see the tantalizing athleticism that NBA scouts like.
Shout out to our camera guy up there on the backboard. It's a tough spot to work game in, game out, but did a really nice job.
You know, that's kind of a slap at all our Gregs and Corny, all of our human camera guys. Come on now.
There's no slap. I mean, I love our guys.
Okay. We're a team, John. Don't be one of those teammates.
Yeah, men and women. I need to make that clear. 44-38. And a little pull up. And Timmy Allen rattles it home. It's an 8-0 Texas run. Timeout Baylor.
Because he can play off Mitchell, and Timmy Allen is really good in that mid-range before Thamba can get to him. He's got 14. He's only taken, I think, 7 shots.
edges. Missed that by a lot. Thamba with the rebound, and then he gets fouled. Keontae George, 5 first-half points. So when you're not shooting as well as you'd like, 2 for 10. Those are the sneakers you wear on the left, and then you go and, get things a little spicier in the second half. What do you got, Chris Button?
I'm told this is not unusual for Baylor, that when things are not going well, they'll go in halftime. Hey, got to change the sneaks. I will say, really only you would probably notice that kind of a detail.
How many pairs of shoes do you have at home, Nikes?
There are a few.
Okay.
I'd say maybe 100.
Okay, you noticed right away, didn't you?
Well, he's rocking those
You like mine
fluorescent
tonight?
Kobe's. Yeah, you got some
Blazers.
Some nice Blazers. I feel like Chris Button was judging me.
I thought Keontae was playing well at the end of the half.
And Flagler knocks that one out of bounds. 7-point game, 17:03 to go here in the second half. Number 10, number 11.
It's crazy, John. When you look at the schedule early in the year, you say, wow, end of January is going to be a gauntlet, those 4 games.
Right.
This league, it starts December 31st, and it won't end until we get to Kansas City. Just an amazing year. Good pass. He had him.
And Dessou looking for the freshman, ends up turning it over.
And Timmy Allen said to Dessou, don't throw the freshman a bounce pass. Throw it up at the sky. And he has a point.
We've already seen Dylan Mitchell almost touch the ceiling.
It's a good matchup. Tyrese Hunter, oh boy. I don't know. He can make those. Those are tough shots. Tyrese Hunter, in my opinion, has not been the defender he was last year, but he's got a great challenge tonight.
George the rebound. Keontae George. And a pass intercepted by Dessou. Not a great choice there. Hunter open. And then tipped out of bounds, and it belongs to Baylor.
That last transition basket, L.J. Cryer was wide open on the other side. And Keontae George just could not see him.
Saw Tyrese Hunter grabbing his wrist, and he went down hard there.
He's also had a problem with cramps this year. He's had to take himself out of a number of games.
Baylor tonight without Langston Love, as he is sitting with a hip contusion. That's too strong from Flagler. They've done a really good job of containing the Baylor guards. I mean, obviously it's relative, but
he chased him off the three-point line, didn't he? That's what Rodney Terry told us at halftime.
Thamba rebounds the Carr miss. Inside. And now George. Are they going to say a foul on Dessou on the three-pointer? That'll be number 2 on Dylan Dessou. Texas, a 7.
Aside, no 3 shots. Good piece of officiating by Ron Gruber.
Clay and Tate getting it done.
Yeah.
On a lot of times people are asking, what's going on in Tate? Clay's getting it done. That's usually the producer. What is going on in Tate? Nice feed inside and the rejection, but the foul
was out on the floor as Cryer got into the lane. Take a look. Cryer's going to get fouled right here, and he passes it.
Get the foul on Jabari Rice. That's his second. Fix the net.
I used to be able to touch the net.
When was that?
I was about 14.
George gets that one with his fluorescent shoes.
Here we go. He does not worry about missed shots. He's got amnesia, which all great scorers have to have. Good cut.
Carr inside, step back, and that one batted out. And Bonner watches that go out of bounds. Baylor basketball. The Bears down by 4.
When things were shaky down the stretch the other day against Arkansas, and Adam Flagler was going 1 for 11, it was Keontae George that took over this game.
George at the basket, a little too strong. Ojanwuna couldn't finish. That ball tipped out of bounds. It'll be Baylor basketball.
Baylor's missed about 6 layups tonight. That time George inexplicably misses a wide open layup.
I mean, what would you guess? That he's feeling for contact
maybe.
that didn't really come.
Yep, maybe.
Lohner banks into the table. Mitchell had it knocked away, and they get the foul on Caleb Lohner.
Good effort by Mitchell. His energy tonight has been palpable. Take a look right here. We talked about the dunks, the offensive rebounds early, but great energy. Young man from Florida. Played his basketball at Prep Power. Montverde for Kevin Boyle, which has produced so many NBA guys. A great kid, John. He really is. He's got a great personality.
So we have Baylor for missing 8 layups in this one. Again, it's been a physical game.
Yep.
And a number of them have been contested. Lohner pulls down the rebound. Winding down, Keontae George, and it's a travel turnover. Too many steps. Baylor's done a pretty good job. Both these teams have taken care of the ball. 14 combined turnovers.
Still have a low-scoring game because these teams know each other so well. The defense in this league, we've said it for many years, is as good as there is.
You see Dylan Mitchell, that left arm is bugging him. Elbow area.
It's because he got his elbow on that rim on that last drive that Lohner found him. There's that ISO.
Allen.
Yep.
Over the smaller Keontae George.
That's where he operates. And I think for Texas to be at their best, it's got to be a 1-2 punch, Carr and Allen.
Allen with 16 to lead all scorers, his season high is 21. And he's taken advantage of his size against Cryer, Flagler, and George. Keontae George. Loose ball tip and loose ball. Carr, step back, 3. Rice. Texas by 9.
Energy. Texas is bringing the energy.
The brand new Moody Center here in Austin. And a gorgeous facility, capacity around 10,000. And you see the screens up top. There's actually more seating up there for concerts and stuff along those lines. Really good looking.
And my man Adam Sandler's coming here February 14th. My co-star in the movie Hustle.
How many lines you have in that movie?
2. One take, bro. One take. So you know.
Damba give off. Shot clock winding down. Turnover. Hunter spinning. Bonner up ahead. Cryer. Blocked. Bonner feeds to Thamba and a foul. End-to-end pace.
Fun. This is fun.
Wow.
Yep.
The other side I really enjoy is in the student section it says Yay Sports. It's that type of stuff, that
Very
kind
creative.
of PG-13 heckling I'm right here for.
This guy, Flo Thamba, has really improved his free throw shooting since December. He's taken a lot of movement out of his shot. It's all chest to eyes right now. He used to dip it to his waist. Beautiful.
7-point game, 12:03 to go here from Austin. Baylor and Texas. Jabari Rice. And now Cunningham with Bridges all over him. Inside, and that will go for Christian Bishop.
Nice job by Brock Cunningham. Knew he had the mismatch. He got the ball delivered to the big fella. Nicely done.
Cryer sheds the defender and rattles it home.
Good
Cryer
defense.
with a dozen.
Yep, good defense by Hunter. Can't fault him for that.
Baylor 3 out of 13 from the floor in the half. Hunter to the corner. Under 11 to go. Oh,
Nice.
boy,
Beautiful.
really creative from L.J. Cryer.
Sure was. He put the defender in jail right there.
Feed inside, Bishop. Had that shot blocked, kick out. And now Hunter unimpeded to the goal. And Scott Drew frustrated with the lack of defense there.
Toughest thing about Baylor is these guards can all create off the dribble.
Cryer wanders inside, hangs, can't hit, but he's fouled. 7-point advantage, Baylor at the line when we return. And coming up, Chris Budden on a special tattoo for Brock Cunningham.
Playing, it got to a point where if he played 15 minutes or more, Texas usually won. Chaka Smart, a bright guy, figured it out. And, you know, he's one of those guys, if he's not on your team, you do not like the way he plays. If he's on your team, you love his energy, passion, and the offense has certainly improved this year. He's shooting over 40% from three. The local kid, John, this is his 5th year. He's probably going to be teaching in the business school next year. That's how long he's been in Austin. And he is going to play his 6th year, he's assured us.
24 years old. It's one of the things we can part with the transfer portal and with COVID, something you were used to seeing more from mid-majors, those older type players, and now they're in the power conferences. Inside, Rice is fouled, couldn't convert, but he'll go to the line.
Not only are they in the power conferences, but this Texas team is the 8th most experienced team in college basketball. Do you remember what Rodney Terry told us about Jabari Rice today when we asked him, why did you take him as a transfer? He said, I played against him for 3 years when I was at UTEP.
Yeah, he thought that the fit would really be good. A little strong there. Fans Big 12 now on ESPN Plus. It's a must-have for Big 12 fans because tomorrow night it's number 8 Kansas, number 7 Kansas State. They'll square off in Allen Fieldhouse. First matchup 13 days ago in Manhattan. The Wildcats hung on to win 83-82. Coverage begins Tuesday, 8 Eastern, ESPN Plus. I'll have the call with Jay Billis and Chris Budden from Allen Fieldhouse. Check it out.
I will be watching, hopefully from Norman, Oklahoma.
Thamba. And what do we got? And they'll go possession arrow, and it belongs to Texas.
Well, Thombo lost his balance.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He lost his balance, and then he was exposed, or the basketball was exposed, and
right there, Dessou just said, I think I can get a piece of this without fouling.
6-point advantage. Texas is taking care of the ball in the second half. Bonner has played solid minutes in this one. Quick move, and then the pass off of Thombo, but it deflects to Bridges, and he puts it home.
Doesn't it feel like, John, Texas should be up 12?
Mm-hmm. And Rice wide open.
That's not good defense. Keontae George went under that screen. No energy. And Jabari Rice made him pay.
Longhorns by 7. Six on the shot clock, deflected out of bounds.
John,
and Baylor basketball.
This is as locked in as I've seen Tyrese Hunter defensively in a while. He has come with a little chip and an edge tonight because he knew he had to guard these 3 guards, and he's done a great job on Flagler.
Pryor catches it, and then the tip from George. Offensive rebound, and gets fouled. So they get the foul on Allen, his first.
Really good effort by the freshman, staying with it. He's not just a finesse guy who shoots jumpers.
Number 1, Keontae George at the line, shooting 2.
Keontae George, you see him impacting things in multiple ways. Pretty good rebounder, pretty good distributor. Only shooting 39% from the floor.
Struggling tonight, too. But he's one of those guys that could be 3 of 15.
Yep, which he is tonight.
And make his last 4, like he did on Saturday against Arkansas.
5-point game. George with 10. Here's Hunter now.
He's got to see it. Good job.
And they get the foul on Bridges.
That's a good call. I'll tell you what John Higgins wanted to do. He did not want to call this foul, but once Bridges leaned into Allen and Allen fell out of bounds, he had to do it. Kind of wanted to let it go and let them play on, but the foul was there, and he called it.
14 fouls on Baylor, 6 on Texas. Hunter gets it into Carr. Marcus Carr has been quiet, just 3 points. Their leading scorer. To the corner. And it ends up with Keontae George.
Nice pass.
Good feed, Bridges. And that shot contested as Allen was all over him.
Well, Scott Drew wanted a foul because he thought the contact was late.
Oh, offensive foul. And they get Jabari Rice using that right arm. 7:45 to go, and it's a careful.
Look at Oklahoma. They just beat the number 2 or 3 team in the country, Alabama, by 30. I think it ended up 24, but it was certainly 30. And that game on Wednesday between Oklahoma State and Oklahoma, John, it's not a play-in game to the tournament, but it is a huge NCAA resume game. Huge.
Pryor off the glass, wouldn't go.
Give those Texas guards credit. They have really, really done a good job tonight. Forcing Baylor to get into the paint and shoot those tough twos.
Closing it on 7 to go. 5-point game. Texas with the lead. They have led most of the way. And a huge three there for Tyrese Hunter.
He had that huge game against Gonzaga to start the season from the outside, and he's locked in defensively as well.
George hangs and gets fouled. He'll go to the line. Keontae George trying to answer.
Tyrese Hunter, the freshman of the year in the Big 12 last year at Iowa State. All defensive team, some great moments early. Quite frankly, I think he's had trouble figuring out how much he should handle the ball with the way Marcus Carr has played this year. And he's taken the heat off of Carr, but this is the Tyrese Hunter that Rodney Terry needs if they're going to continue that march to the top of this conference.
Fit's always interesting, though, right? Because Marcus Carr has thrived this year, and Hunter's play has obviously been part of the reason why.
Yeah, no question. It's co-pilots, John. I think the only problem I would have is that at times Tyrese has deferred a little too much. But he's certainly taken the pressure off of Marcus, who last year, as you know, had to have the ball in his hands. Much of the time, too much for that matter. Little zone now by Baylor. We saw this against Arkansas. It turned the second half around. Let's see if it does the trick against Texas.
Hunter thought about it. Allen on the baseline. And Thamba rebounds the miss. Cryer up ahead to Bridges. And then Bridges puts it home after his initial miss.
Well, that's like the 9th or 10th missed layup tonight. Luckily, he got that ball back.
Had a foul on Thamba. And that will be foul number 3 on Flo Thamba.
Rodney Terry's asking for a monitor review.
4-point game, no.
It's crazy that
excessive force there.
It just feels like Texas is up 12 or 14, and they're only up 4. 2 possessions.
And this is a Baylor team offensively that has weapons, and they can score quickly. Rice gets inside, little off balance, rattled in and then out. Bridges into the paint. And an offensive foul.
Bridges was trying to draw contact. Remember what we said about playing in this league? Offensively, you got to play through contact. Dylan Dessou is set. It's close, but the rule is 2 feet on the ground, facing the man driving. There's that zone. It's a 1-1-3, but it really becomes a 2-3. It's almost they're matching up out of it, so they're chasing shooters.
Allen was looking to feed the post, instead hoists it up. Baylor with the rebound. Bears down 4. Flagler. Cryer collects, hangs, can't hit.
Good defense. Verticality.
Rice wide open.
Well, the threes are the difference in the game, but not the way we thought.
Jabari Rice has knocked down some big shots. He's got 16. Oh, boy. Cryer answers.
And it's still 4. It is still a game. Baylor shows zone, but they're really matching up and playing man. Got a mismatch inside if they can get it.
Bridges goes to help. Hunter. Oh, what a play there by Flagler.
Great hustle, and he knew where Thamba was. Texas's defense has been great on the perimeter. Can it last?
Flagler. Bridges swoops in, able to save. Cryer not able to hit. The Texas defense continues to be really good on the Baylor guards.
John, they taking away the three and making those guards shoot tough twos.
Rice gets another. Flagler score the goal. And Flagler will go to the line. When we come back, we get a good one here in Austin, Texas by 5. Ari Rice has 4 fouls. He's knocked down 4 threes, 4 of 5.
I'll tell you the insane thing, John, as Flagler makes this shot, it's a 2-possession game anyway.
Adam Flagler with 9. 68-64.
This is like a fight where one you know Texas is ahead on points. They're ahead on points in a boxing match, but Baylor could deliver a knockout blow.
Hunter step back. And Cryer ends up with it. And now Baylor a chance to cut into that 4-point deficit.
Remember, it's all isolation ball with these guards.
Flagler quickly at the basket. Rattles it home.
His shoe came off also.
That is a heck of a bucket. As for something else. Bears have won 12 of the last 13 against AP top 10. Pretty impressive. Jabari Rice hobbling a bit.
And they're in that zone. You got to find Carr. You got to find Timmy Allen. Carr's got a mismatch.
Feed inside. Dessou gets defenders in the air. And the foul is on Thamba.
That should be on the ground, but that is 7. They had that mismatch, high-low right there.
So foul number 7 on Baylor.
And Dessou pretty good, about 79%.
4th on Thamba. Yeah, Dylan Dessou, 79%. Career 70% from the free throw line.
Shooting 1-on-1.
Big free throw here, 2-point game, 2:04 to go. And he buries it. Tuesday, catch an ACC, SEC doubleheader on ESPN at 7. It's Wake and Duke at 9, Kentucky and Ole Miss. Also, top 10 matchup in the Big 12, Kansas State and Kansas on E+. Check it out. Men's college basketball Tuesday on ESPN and ESPN+. Got the big free throws right there.
Yeah.
For Dylan Dessou, and here comes the crowd. George inside, rattles it home.
Man, that's playing through contact right there.
Big time basket. Back to a 2-point game. We close in on the 92nd mark. Carr from the free throw line.
Hold on, John. Hold on.
Flagler. And a rebound pulled down by Hunter.
Well, we told you they play one-on-one. That's their game, but Texas has done a really good job tonight of making them shoot tough shots.
Allen with Bridges on him. And a foul. And Timmy Allen will go to the line.
Yeah, watch Keontae George now. Thought there might have been something here. Drive to the basket. This is the Big 12 at its best right here. Could have been a foul. But if you don't know how to play through contact in this league, you're not going to be successful. You know the best at that is right now is Jalen Wilson. Not even close.
Yep.
Keontae Johnson not far behind as well.
Yeah, they're similar players if you really think about it. Keontae Johnson just kind of a smaller version to some extent.
They're defensive ends playing basketball.
Yes, that's well put. Timmy Allen has had a really good game. 17.7 of 10 from the floor. And knocks them both down. Texas lead back to 4. Under a minute to go. George inside. Left hand is good. And score it.
I want to tell you what happened in the backcourt. Adam Flagler, as the ball came in, he waved at Keontae George to tell him, you take it. Go ahead and do your work, freshman. And a great play right there. And it looked like the last second Dessou leaned. That could have gone either way. He was as set as some of those offensive fouls, but you just love that this kid George has no fear. I honestly doubt he's missing this one either.
1 point game, 50.7 seconds left. John Shambi, Fran Fraschilla, Chris Budden here in Austin from the Moody Center. Number 11 and number 10. Texas has led most of the way.
Good pressure by Baylor because they knew Texas would not attack it. Baylor needs a stop and a rebound, and Texas is going to try to go to Timmy Allen or Marcus Carr.
Carr, step back, contested. Got it! Oh, huge shot!
Doesn't need a three here, but George can take it. No, he didn't.
Wow. And that was from way deep. Rebound, Texas. And they end up fouling Jabari Rice. What a huge shot at the other end by Marcus Carr.
He has not had his best night, but in crunch time all season, Rodney Terry has put the ball in his hands.
Flo Thamba picking up his 5th, so he is done.
Well, you live and die with those shots that Keontae George takes. He beat Arkansas on Saturday. It was a good look from the next county up there in Round Rock. So you can't fault him for confidence, but man, was that deep.
How about the shot Marcus Carr hit? I mean, that was pretty well defended. And he was able to create space and bury it.
He was 1 for 7, John, but it doesn't matter because he's done this all season. This is important because it is a 1-and-1.
Rice, 84%. Career 79%, and he gets it.
This kid had no D1 offers coming out of high school in Houston.
Yeah, former football player, didn't begin playing basketball until, what, a sophomore year.
Yeah, he played for TJ Ford, his AAU team. There you go. Clutch. All right, you need a quick basket now if you're Baylor, so you got to go quick. Go to the basket unless you get a wide open three.
Flagler, that won't fall. And Texas is going to come away with a win. Rodney Terry is pumped up. '76-71. And Jabbar